Understanding limerence. Limerence is a trauma response which leads to love addiction. It's directly linked to childhood abuse, neglect, or complex PTSD. It causes individuals to fantasize about an idealized partner as an escaping or coping mechanism. In today's session, I am going to reveal to you 14 signs that you might be experiencing limerence and also how to heal from it. I'm Coach Goldman, your relationship and breakup coach. And why is it so hard to recognize and overcome? This is the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about, because it's very hard to put a pin on it and say, this is what I'm experiencing. This is love or this is limerence. Like, what the fuck is this? And in today's session, like I told you, you're going to realize exactly what it is, exactly when you feel it, and also how to heal from it, because this is not a pleasant thing to feel. Now, the reason that it's hard to recognize and overcome is because it serves you as a form of escapism to avoid dealing with negative emotions like depression and shame, but ultimately leads to loneliness and unhappiness. And this is why it's going under your radar. It's on your subconscious mind. It's keeping you alive. It's a survival mechanism. Nobody wants to feel depressed. Nobody wants to feel shame. And of course, nobody wants to be alone or unhappy. But this is the result of that. The healing journey is very confronting. I say it all the time, you guys. It's very confronting. And the fact that you're here and you're taking responsibility for the way you feel, for your mental health, that's everything. You are on the right track, my friend. And many people will not do that. Will not do that because it's not easy. It's not easy. Like I said, it's confronting. You need to deal with skeletons in your closet that you might not want to see. You might just want to bury them and never see them again. But you're brave, and I commend you for that. Now, it's very important to recognize the signs of limerence to differentiate it from love, true love, or lust. You got to know that. So stay tuned, take notes, and make sure that you watch the entire thing, because each and every single one of them are extremely important. Going in with number one, wishful thinking. They will change. All right. Hope that one day they will change and they will want you and love you just as much as you love them. Hoping that they will change the way they act also towards you. You are attached to the idea of them inside your head than who they really are. You are pedestalizing them, idealizing them, and see them for not who they really are, for who you want them to be. This is not the truth. If you find yourself in this type of situation, it means that you're in a limerence state, you're experiencing limerence, and this is not true love. This is not true love. Sometimes when it's lust, it's just physical, and you are in love. You are romanticizing about the physicality with them, but it's not really the person that you like. You like the feeling, you like the high, you like the dopamine release, the oxytocin, but you got to differentiate, because it's you on the line here. It's your mental health, it's your physical health, it's your life. Number two is secrecy. This is something that not a lot of people will tell you, but I'm going to say it. Secrecy. You're hiding this person because on a subconscious level, you know that this person is not good for you. You know, and you hide them. If you hide the person you're with, just understand that you know that something is wrong there, but you're still staying. You're still staying because you're experiencing limerence. It's not the person you're in love with, it's the idea of the person, of who they might be one day. But again, people don't change. They don't change. So don't fall in love with the potential. See people for who they are. What you see is what you get. Are you really liking this person as they are right now? Or are you experiencing limerence if you are hiding them? If they are a secret, pay attention. Number three, excessive analysis of their behavior towards you and looking for signs that they're going to leave. If you're constantly afraid that they might leave, they did this, they did that. Excessive analysis is when they send you text message. Let's say they don't put a smiley emoji at the end. They say okay without a smiley. You're like, oh my God, they didn't use emoji or a smiley. They say just okay. They're mad at me. They're gonna leave. And you start catastrophizing in your mind. This means that you're experiencing limerence as well, my friend. Number 4, mostly one-sided relationship. You give, they take. You always come to them, mostly come to them. They rarely come to you. You invest more in the relationship emotionally, energetically, maybe financially, all of that. And they are taking. Every time after you meet with them, you feel drained, you feel depleted, you feel like you give all of your resources to this person. And true love energizes you. Limerence drains you. So know the difference. Do you feel drained or do you feel energized? Do you feel uplifted or downlifted? I don't know if downlifted is a word, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Consider. Number 5, fear of rejection or loss, which leads to a dysfunctional communication and people-pleasing behaviors. You don't want to rock the boat ever, and you are completely gave up on yourself for them. You do things you don't want to do, but you do it because you think that they might like it. Yeah. Think about these things and see if you resonate, if it hits home when I say that. How do you feel inside when you hear that, man, I gave up on myself for them. I like to do this and that, but I no longer do this because they don't want me to, or they don't like this type of behavior, or whatever that might be. Isolation as well. If you feel like you're isolating yourself, like I said, secrecy. Number 2, if you are keeping it a secret, it means it's a huge red flag. Just pay attention for the flags. Number 6 here, minimizing their flaws. Looking at all their bad behaviors like smoking, drinking, being abusive, or whatever bad behaviors they have as something that is not a deal breaker or not a big deal. Understand that if it's a big deal for you, it's a deal breaker. If it's something that, if you see obvious flaws in a person and you're choosing to stay just because you're fear of rejection and you don't want to rock the boat, you want to see the good in them, red fucking flag right there. Number 7, connection. This connection is destructive and disruptive to your life instead of constructive. So this is a big one to pay attention. Is the connection is destructive, disruptive, or constructive? When you can answer that, you can find out a lot of things about the nature of the relationship, where it's going, and actually where you are. You're constantly find yourself running in circles, trying to find ways to please them, trying to fit their schedule and override yours. This circles back to what we talk about, giving up on yourself. If you're giving up on yourself, that's not a healthy relationship. In a healthy relationship, you don't need to give up on yourself. You give more of yourself, actually. You give more of who you are to your partner, and your partner loves you for who you are, not for who you might be, not for who you were, for who you are. Important distinction to make. Number 8, preoccupation. That's a big one. Overthinking about them more than actually be with them physically, to a debilitating, unhealthy degree. If you find yourself ruminating, romanticizing, fantasizing all day until you meet them, and you feel ease just when they text you back or call you or when you see them, that's unhealthy. If they consume your energy and your attention, this is not a healthy place to be. That means that you need them and not want them. And I always say, when you need someone, this is a codependent relationship. That's a sign of a codependent relationship, because you need them and you don't want them, which means that if they're gone, you're in deep trouble, and you stay because you need. You want something from them so badly that you cannot give to yourself. Meaning, if you cannot give it to yourself, you are under their mercy. And being under any kind of person mercy, even if it's a loved one that loves you back, that's unhealthy. You need to find a way to meet your own needs and to find a way to be healthy individual. This is why I'm offering you my online healing course. I am offering you the Rise of the Phoenix. It's a beautiful course that takes you from broken to healed. And I'm offering you also for free my online healing community. The Rise of the Phoenix is on Facebook. It's for free. Of course, there are the resources here, all of my videos. And if you need extra help, you can book a one-on-one call with me where I can help you expedite your healing journey. So you need to be healthy. You need to work on yourself. You have to do the work. You must. If you don't do the work and if you don't reflect, if you're just watching this video now, it means that you have a very high level of self-awareness that something is wrong. If you're still watching until this point, you know that what I'm saying is resonating with you. So do the work on yourself, for yourself first. Number 9, reciprocation dependency. If your efforts are being reciprocated, you feel good. If they're not, you feel bad. Your mood is dependent on their reaction towards you. Their mood is directly affecting your mood. This is why in a relationship, you must learn individualization. You got to individualize yourself. Because when you're coming into a relationship that you want your partner to complete you, you're dependent on them. And you're creating a codependent unhealthy relationship. But when you are a whole person and you're individualized, that's it. You come to a relationship, you get into a relationship because you want it, not because you need it. You go into a relationship because you have a lot to give, not a lot to take. You don't look for the partner to complete you, but to complement you with your great attributes that you acquired while you were single. So do the work. I'm saying it again and again and again because it's that important to do the work on yourself. Fall back in love with yourself. That's the thing. The healing journey is a self-love process when you find yourself again. And when you do, you don't need anybody. You want, but you go into a relationship because you want it, not because you need it. Because you have a lot to give, not because you have a lot to take, like I already mentioned before. Number 10, romanticizing and being disconnected from the truth, assigning attributes to them that they don't really have, hoping that one day they will possess them and they will be a good match for you. When you say, if they change this, if they change that, and you start building an image in your mind of them having those attributes and actually assigning those attributes as character traits to them while they don't even have them yet. And then it just backfires at you when you talk to them and you see, hey, they don't really have these attributes. And you're confused as to why. You saw it in your mind, you felt it in your heart. But then when you confronted them or when you were with them, you saw that this is not what they have. And you just daydreamed. You're romanticized. And it's painful. This is why you are experiencing limerence. And this is why you got to do the inner work in order for you to heal that. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you some more tips on how to heal that. Number 11, possessiveness. Feeling that they should belong to you and being jealous towards other people who giving them any type of attention. Possessiveness, it's one of the main things when you see them getting attention from other people and you hate it because you feel that they should belong to you in some degree. No. True love is about freedom. True love is about respect, trust. It's not about possessiveness and jealousy. A little bit of jealousy is healthy. A lot of it, it's not good. Like everything in life, in moderation, it shows care. But when it's excessive, it's not good. And being possessive, it means excessive jealousy. Number 12, you're willing to give everything up for them. You're willing to move countries and eliminate all people out of your life. You're willing to throw your entire life away just for a chance at this relationship. If you give everything up for one person, do you think that this person will give up everything for you? And let's say that this person gives up everything for you. Do you think that you will truly be happy, just you and them, without anything around you? With you actually eliminating all of the things that made you who you are, friends or family, or move to another country that you don't really feel like doing it, but you're so afraid that this person will leave if you don't say yes and comply. Number 13, fluctuation, sudden loss of interest if in the partner when they show interest in you. This is another one that might be a surprising one for you, because you say, hey, I want them so bad. Why would I feel fluctuation when they want me? Because this is what you want. You want them to want you. But it happens. So if they give you the attention and the love that you seek, all of a sudden you withdraw, that's also a very big sign. Last but not least, 14. When people are in limerence state, they are wanting people who does not want them back. More often than not, you will not give a chance to people that actually wants to be with you because you find them too boring due to the fact that they are stable. Stable, it's unfamiliar to you. So when you feel that someone is stable, it's boring. That's not a good sign. That means that you are having an unhealthy attachment style, probably anxious, and this is not a good place to be. Searching for constant excitement, thrill. You need to pay attention to all of these signs that I just mentioned and take into consideration that if you feel any of them, it's time for you to take action. It's time for you to heal. It's time for you to do the work. To conclude the video, limerence is a state of mind that can be changed. It can be changed when you work on yourself, by working on yourself. Firstly, you got to recognize the signs and learn how to work through them. Then you take the time to heal past wounds, grow intellectually and emotionally through the process. It's highly recommended to go through this process with a trusty healthcare professional and not try to do this by yourself, because it's hard. We cannot see our own flaws. We cannot see we cannot see ourselves. It's very, very hard. This is why we have people around us to reflect back to us. When you're working with a healthcare professional or a therapist or a coach, we can show you exactly your weak point, exactly what you need to fine tune and how you need to fine tune it in order for you to go back to wholeness, to go back to your center. Once you find your wholeness and your center, you will be healed from that. You will have boundaries. You will have strong boundaries. You will have a lot of self-respect. You will not let people walk all over you. You will not be magnetized to this type of people. When you have an unhealthy attachment style and you're still wounded, you will attract wounded people. Maybe narcissists that love this type of attention. And you know what? They will just play with your heart. And I don't want that for you, my brother and my sister. I'm sending you love and healing. And if you ever need my help, the link in the description below, book a call with me or get one of my courses that will help you to heal correctly. I'll see you again in my next video. Adios.